Hi guys, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I was watching my last video, and as I said, I always do, sort of like proofreading, but of course it's proofreading after it's been published. Really, pretty much, you know. And so I kind of critique my own video, and if I'm doing something that doesn't look too good, like I'm aiming or I'm looking at the wrong thing instead of looking at you guys, critiquing and things that I talk about. And I says, you know what? Now that I hear that, you know what? I have something more to say to that. Things like that, right? Well, I do have something as a follow-up to the last video, but also something new. So first, it's like being at a residence as a residence council meeting, right? Do we have any old business? Okay, that's the old business. Okay, now for the new business, right? So now we're gonna work on the old business. Okay, the old business, which is what I said in the last video, right? When that guy claimed that I said that Mexicans made me fat. Okay. Another reason why I thought that was the funniest thing I ever heard is I don't even like Mexican food. Now, that is not racist. Everybody likes what they like. Doesn't mean that they're anti this or anti that, or prejudice against that, or prejudice against that, or race against that. You don't like what you don't like. I don't like broccoli. So what, you're going to call me racist against broccoli? I don't like cauliflower. You're going to call me racist against cauliflower? It's stupid. It's stupid. When it comes to food, there is no racism. Okay. So I hope nobody, especially on the left side, thinks that because I don't like Mexican food, I'm being racist against Mexicans. Because I'm not. I just don't like Mexican food. And I like Italian food. Okay? Does that mean I'm pro-Italian? I prefer Spanish over Italian. Italian sounds a little bit like Spanish. Portuguese also sounds a little bit like Spanish. But the only Italian I know is manja manja. That's all I know. That's all I know in Italian. But I love Italian food. And that is what I ate a whole lot of that made me the condition I'm in, particularly pizza. Okay, I ate a lot of it. Mainly also because I had gotten my mobility had gotten so bad that I could hardly go out anymore. So I always called and had stuff delivered, like pizza, like Chinese food. I love Chinese food, but I don't like Japanese food. Do you call me racist against Japan? No. Everybody likes what they like. Some people like Japanese food. Now, I don't like a lot of Chinese different foods. There's certain things I happen to like. As far as vegetables are concerned, I like peas, carrots, corn, some string beans, and some lima beans. And as far as fruits are concerned, I love oranges. Apples, tomatoes, nah. I like apple pie, But besides all of that, okay. So I don't even like Mexican food. So for me to say Mexicans made me fat, you're not even warm. You're ice cold. Okay. You remember that old game, hot and cold? Oh, you're getting warm, or oh, you're getting cold. Okay, so for those, for that guy to say that, Mexicans made me fat, I don't even like Mexican food. It was Italian food that made me fat. And pizza. And cake. Okay. Cake and cookies. Okay. And stuff like that. Okay. Mexicans didn't make me fat. I mean, that's absurd. Okay. Now we're done with the old business. Now we can start with the new business. Okay. And this meeting will come to order, right? Okay. Excuse me. Now, especially those on the left, right? No, on the left. On the right, left. Well, those on the right, left. They left a long time ago. But those on the right, left. And those on the left, right? Well, that's wrong. It's those on the right. Well, they left. Okay, never mind. Okay, try to make a joke. Okay. I need a laugh track. Now, we'll say that, oh, Trump is your God and Trump is your whatever, and you agree with everything he says and does, right? Oh, you're brainwashed by Trump, whatever. You'll say nothing bad about him. And Fox News doesn't say bad things about Trump. No, that's not true. That's not true. I just watched. I keep thinking Overtime. It's not Overtime. It's Outnumbered. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Overtime. Overtime's at 12 o'clock, right? Okay. When they were talking about President Trump's recent tweet about the squad in the House, right? Now, 90% of what President Trump tweeted, I agree with and I support. And there's 10% of that tweet that I thought was 1,000% wrong. Okay. When President Trump said in his tweet, if you don't like our country and you're against our country and you're not happy here, then just leave. That's what I agree with, and that is in fact what I said a few videos ago, right? I said that in an earlier video. If you're so unhappy living here, if you're so unhappy and you do not pledge allegiance to the flag, you would rather take it down and put up the flag of Mexico, that means you're not happy here. And if you're not happy here, why do you stay here? Why do you stay where you're not happy? Go to another country where you will be happy. You pick the country. Okay? You pick whatever country you want to move to where you will be happy. Don't matter to me. You're the one that's unhappy. You're the one that's unhappy. If I'm unhappy, hell, I go somewhere where I'll be happy. If I go there and I find out I'm not happy, I go somewhere else. I go where I'm happy. If I'm not happy where I am, then I leave and go someplace where I'm happy. So, whoever is not happy being in the United States, if you're not happy here, if you hate it here, you hate everything about America, you hate the flag, you hate our president, you hate everything. Okay, you hate it here. Then leave. Then leave. No one's holding a gun to your head forcing you to stay. Leave. If you're not happy here, leave. You're not being forced to stay. Why are you staying up at a place you're not happy in? Leave. As a matter of fact, there were so many people on the left who said, if Donald Trump wins the 2016 election, I will leave the United States. That is my promise. because I'm not staying in a country where Donald Trump's president. So I'm going to leave, go to Canada, or go somewhere else. And guess what? They didn't leave. They didn't follow through with their promises. They stayed. Donald Trump is not president. And you're going to stay where you're not happy? There's something wrong with you. Or maybe you're a masochist. That you were staying where you're not happy. Because, like I said, I didn't like New York anymore. I didn't like the pace. I didn't like the attitude. You know, even though I loved New York, I lived there for 30 years before I left, but I was unhappy there. I didn't like the pace. I didn't like the attitude, and I was unhappy, and I was always planning to leave and move somewhere else. It was going to be San Diego. And then I ended up moving to Pennsylvania. And I thought, I am so glad to get out of New York. I was not happy in New York, but I'm happier in Pennsylvania. And I love the city of Pittsburgh. Oh my gosh. I love Pittsburgh. I thought Pittsburgh was the most beautiful city. And when I met my ex-wife to come here to Indiana, one of the biggest heart-wrenching things I had to do was say goodbye that was a heart-wrenching thing, to say goodbye to Pittsburgh. That broke my heart. The hardest thing that I had to do, and also hard to do, was leaving Friendship Ridge. God, Friendship Ridge. I was there for a year. Even though I hated it, I felt like I was trapped there. That I was going to die there because my roommates were all dying from pneumonia. I think it was like 4 or 5 roommates I had that died of pneumonia. I said, you know what? I don't like it here anymore. I feel trapped. I got to get out. So I met my ex-wife, and, you know, she basically rescued me. And we both came here to Indiana and we settled in Fort Wayne, and I've been here ever since. But the point I'm making is, that was my biggest heartbreaking thing, is to say goodbye to Pittsburgh. I says, I never got a chance to make a video about Pittsburgh, about how wonderful it is to be on Route 60, go through that tunnel, and when you get on the other side of the tunnel, you're about to cross a bridge into the city, and Three Corner Park, or Three Rivers Park, is right there with a fountain, and it's a beautiful fountain, and it's right there in front of you at the best angle to look at the city of Pittsburgh downtown. It was beautiful, and I had to say goodbye, but the benefits outweighed the heartbreak, right? So now I'm here in Indiana. I hate the winters here. And I really have nothing here. And my best friend's in Florida, and I want to be where the sun is, and don't want to deal with cold weather or snow anymore. So I want to leave Indiana. Doesn't mean I'm racist against Indiana. So, so see how ridiculous this is? How ridiculous it's become as a conversational talking point, to be constantly throwing racism up. Racist. Hell, the only races I care about is an auto race. And we are all one race. The human race. Okay? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay? It's not racist, because we're all one race. We are all members of the human race. There you go. Now, so, yes, I support President Trump, and I would say that Fox News does too. But if Fox News doesn't like something about what President Trump said or did, or what he's about to do, they will say it. Matter of fact, there were some senators that did not approve of President Trump's decision to pull out of Syria. And there were some people who also felt that way. And so I do the same thing too, and I do. I now pronounce you Van White, right? No. Just kidding. Okay. Now, what he said in that tweet, if you don't like it here, if you're unhappy here, if you hate it here, okay, why are you staying? Leave. Just leave. If you're not happy, if you're no longer happy where you are, why torture yourself and stay? Just leave. And that is where he should have left it. But with him being human, he can make mistakes. Okay? And I think he made a big one. And even somebody else said that with that tweet, he went a little too far. And I agree. He went a little too far with what he said in that tweet. He should have said, if you don't like it here, just leave. And he should have left it at that. But because he's human, he made a big, big blunder in what he said after that. When he said, leave here and go back where you came from. That I disagree with. That was wrong. He should not have said that. He should not have tweeted that. That is kind of racist. Okay, because that's what anti-black people would say about Africa. Go back to Africa where you belong. Or back to Africa where you came from, okay? Which that was a very old 1950s. That is, okay. And that's another reason why I object to calling black people African Americans. Because while you're trying to be politically correct in calling black people African Americans, you are inadvertently emphasizing the racism behind the name of African American by the old-fashioned remark, go back to Africa where you came from. Okay, which was wrong then, it's wrong now, and I say calling black people African Americans is wrong because, number one, they were born in the United States. They're Americans. They're Americans. Who cares what color their skin is? They did not come here from Africa. They were born here. And I would imagine their parents did not come from Africa. I'll bet they were born here too. So, even using the politically correct label of African Americans is in fact non-politically correct, or is not politically incorrect, or whatever it is they say. Okay, it's a racist label. African American is a racist label because it feeds into that old attitude of go back to Africa where you came from. Okay, assuming they came from Africa. And there are black people all over the globe. Okay, there are black people in London, in England. I saw a few videos or so, I think of one movie where there were black people there. And they got British accents. Oh, little water spotted tea and some crumpets. Oh yes. Do you want a spot of tea with your crumpets? 1 or 2 lumps? 2 lumps. Bum bum. Now you got 2 lumps. Okay. So, he was wrong. President Trump went too far with his tweet. And it is me telling you this. So, any of my liberal friends or those who think that because, what the hell did you, my voice just cracked. Did you hear that? My voice just cracked like poor Peter Brady, you know, when his voice cracked. Okay, now I will talk like James Earl Jones. Or I will talk. James, could you please fetch the car? Yes. And James, don't bump into the garage. We cannot afford the insurance. Okay. I have a best friend who was laughing at that. So I wanted to give him a little extra treat. You know, I wanted him to laugh again. I love making people laugh. It gives me, it really makes my day when I can make somebody laugh and brighten up their day. You know. And I'll tell you something else too. The head of maintenance came to me, I think it was last week, and he said to me, he said, I put forth your name to be voted at, or voted for Resident of the Month for the month of August. I said, what? He said, yep, I put your name forth. I am nominating you for Resident of the Month for August. I said, wow. And it still gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Still, even by saying it, I feel like, oh, I'm feeling all goosebumpy. It's like, oh, I got chills going up and down my back thinking about it. I said to him, gee, I'm flattered. I don't know what to say. I am so flattered. Why me? Why me? I'm nobody special. I'm just me. What? I says, it's an honor to be voted as Resident of the Month, but why? I'm nobody special. Well, he gave me a lot of reasons why, and basically he said because you get along with everybody likes you, you're very personable, you're very intelligent, you are making people laugh, and you brighten up this place. You brighten up this place. You don't realize how much you affect everybody else around you. Your disposition is so sunny, and you just brighten everybody's day with your personality and your humor and everything else. And you don't get into trouble, you don't cause problems, you're very respectful, and you know, and I'm like, wow. I said, wow. He says, so is it okay if I nominate you? I said, heck yeah, it's okay. Sure, it's okay. Please do. And I tell you, I would be floored if I actually did get voted. You know, because he's going to nominate me. And there are other people in other areas of the building. You know, and so if I am voted, I will let you guys know. I will let you guys know, and in fact, not only will I let you guys know, I'll even show you. He says he wants to take a picture of me. He wants to make sure I'm clean shaven, because he wants to take a picture of me. Because in the event that I am voted Resident of the Month for August, he wants to take my picture so I look my very best. Have my hair cut, have my hair washed, whatever. So I look my absolute best. I will show you that nomination, that vote. whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it. But so whenever I when I cheer somebody up, make them laugh, hey, it's a good day for me. So, but getting back to what I'm saying here, yeah, I totally am against and totally disagree that last bit from President Trump about going back where you came from. That was wrong. That was 1,000% wrong, and I would even tell President Trump that if I had the opportunity. I said, sir, Mr. President, you were right in saying if you don't like it here, leave, but you were wrong with the remark, go back where you came from. Okay, that was 1,000% wrong, and you should not have said it. And you should not have said it. That is wrong. That is racist. That I agree that he was wrong in doing that. Go back to where you came from reflects what they said in the distant past about black people. Go back to Africa where you came from. Okay, so that's why I object to African American. Okay, because it feeds into that. It sort of like extends that out. So who knows? Maybe racism is still alive because we now call black people African Americans instead of calling them just straight Americans. Because by putting that label, okay, because of what? Skin pigmentation? Skin color? Hey, you're American. You are an American. So that's why I don't like using African American, especially since Africa includes Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Egypt and Libya. Egyptians and Libyans, I don't think they look like somebody from Ghana or Zimbabwe or anything like that. Matter of fact, it just. But anyway, the point I'm making is that here's a case where I do not support a portion of what President Trump said, which was in that tweet, which is go back where you came from. That was wrong of him to do. That was wrong. Very wrong. And he should not have made that remark. So when I saw that little conference in the Rose Garden where he was talking about Native American and everything, and when he was done, all these reporters started hammering him about the tweet. You know what? For the very first time in almost 2 years, I agree with those reporters. For the first time, I agree with those reporters. What the heck was that tweet all about? That was wrong what you did. That was wrong what you said. You should have said, if you're not happy here, leave. And you should have stopped right there. You should not have gone extra to say, go back to where you came from. That was wrong. That was 1,000% wrong. And I would even tell Mr. President that. I would tell Mr. Trump that. Sir, Mr. President, you were wrong in doing that. You should not have said that. Just say, leave the country if you're unhappy, and you should have left it at that. You should not have thrown that little tagline in there that comes really out of the 1950s or whatever, by telling black people to go back to Africa where they came from, or where they belong, or some outdated racist remark like that. Okay, so that's basically what I want to talk about, and so at least this way, you know that I'm not a blind, obedient, extra hand of the dictator Trump, who's a white nationalist. Okay, and you're a white nationalist too, and you're a white supremacist. I'm white. That much you got correct. I'm a nationalist. That is correct. A white nationalist? No, that's not correct. White supremacist? That's not correct. I'm, matter of fact, there are black people who I'm very fond of. There are black people I'm fond of. There's Puerto Rican, who's my best friend. Race is unimportant. Race is unimportant. Totally unimportant. Anyway. That's really all I wanted to say. And all I wanted to talk about. So, take care, and hope you like what you said, what you seen and heard. Now I forgot my closing, right? So, thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. And if you like what you heard, subscribe. If you want to, that's entirely up to you. Hope you do. And so at least, especially after that whole long thing I had, with my friend, and just because I object to what he said, it still doesn't make him a racist. Okay? That was wrong what he said, and it's kind of racist, but that doesn't, even if he makes a racist comment, doesn't mean that he is a racist as a person. Okay? It was just a racist remark. Who knows? He might have remembered that from years past, and all of a sudden it came back to his present. Boom, and he said it, or he tweeted it, or whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's not perfect science here. Okay, it's not perfect science. The human imperfections. I've said a lot of things that were stupid too. Doesn't label me one way or the other. I mean, Trump admitted he was wrong during the debates of the pussy remark. I'll bet he even forgot all about it. It was 10 years ago. Hell, I forgot some things 10 years ago. Somebody forgot all about it, and then it was brought to his attention. I said, oh my God, I was a totally different person then. And then he went on camera and he said, I heard this tape that surfaced, and I want to apologize. It was a lot of things I've done and said that were stupid and wrong, and that was one of them, and I apologize. And we, Republicans and conservatives, we forgave him. Not the Democrats, not the liberals. We forgave him, but they didn't. And when Joe Biden apologized, they forgave him and applauded. So, it is what it is, So, anyway, that's all I basically wanted to talk about. And thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Take care. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.